Okay, one of the first things you're going to want to do in your course is set up your gradebook. So I'm here on my course homepage. I'm going to go over here on the left and click Gradebook. And then I'm going to click Grade Setup. All right. So here, the first thing I want to do is let's look at categories. So in this tutorial, we're going to go over categories and grading periods. We're going to leave the grading scales and the final grade settings to a later topic. For now, we'll just talk about categories and grading periods. So you'll notice I don't have any categories defined. So I'm going to click on Add, and I'm going to create a category. We'll call it Homework. And I'm going to calculate it by total points. You can choose either total points or percent. I'm going to choose total points, and you can choose to drop a lowest assignment, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to have Homework, total points, and I'll click Create. I'm going to create another one called Quizzes, total points, and then I'm going to create a third one called Tests and total points. All right, so now I've got 3 categories here. Now I'm going to weight these categories. You don't have to. You can just do everything in total points, but I'm going to weight my categories. So I'm going to put a check here. I'm going to say that homework is going to be worth 10% of my grade. Quizzes are going to be worth 40% of my grade. And tests are going to be worth 50% of my grade. So there you have my weights, and you'll see those are here. These are if you want to set these as the default. So I'm going to have these as, I'm going to call my default homework. I could have quizzes as my default, but I'm going to have my default be homework. All right, and then I'm going to come down here and click Save Changes. All right, so now those changes are saved. So now you'll see my categories. Grading periods and final weights. Here you'll notice I have quarter grades. You want to just check these and make sure that these quarter grades are they have the correct weighting. Don't worry if you don't see semester exam or semester average. If you use those in your weightings, we don't need to worry about that right now. These are just for the date-based ranges, like quarters or trimesters. So just make sure these percentages are correct. Some districts do an even quarterly calculation. Other districts do things like 20% for the quarters and 10% for the exams. If that's how you do things, then you'll want to have these be like 20, 20, 20, and 20. You'll notice I'm going to click Save Changes. Right, so now I've got those rated 20. You'll notice though that it comes out to 25% here, and that's okay for now because it's going to reserve part of that percentage for a semester exam. And we'll create semester exams when we talk about final grades in a later section. All right, I'm going to click Save Changes one more time just because I like to do that. And up here it says green, your changes have been saved. And that's it for the initial setup. Again, we'll cover some of these other items like scales and rubrics and final grade settings. We'll cover those in a later topic.